Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. My mother is the best mother I grew up in with my abusive father, my alcoholic stepfather, and my wonderful mom. She is my rock. When I was 8, I attempted to hang myself and was diagnosed with severe anxiety, panic disorder and depression. My medication never really helped. We tried so many medications. The time between 8 and 12 were my hardest. I attempted suicide at least 15 times. From overdosing to cutting. I started to abuse the alcohol in my fridge in the 5th grade. That's how I coped till I found weed. I started smoking and realized how to calm my anxiety. My panic attacks went from 6 to 8 attacks a week to about 2 a week. I hid it from my mother for 3 years until she found out, and I told her why I use it. Because it helped better than my meds. My mom understood. She didn't support me, but she didn't disagree with me. Until the time I had gone through some rough stuff and I started cutting again. I got so sick of feeling bad again, I told my mom about the cutting. She brought me the mental hospital. I had some weed in my bra from that morning, so I gave it to my mom thinking she would just throw it away. I got discharged about a month after. It was about 4 days after being discharged I had a terrible panic attack. When I have panic attacks, I lash out and hurt myself. My mom tried everything to calm me down. But she couldn't, and it was getting worse. Then she ran over to our shelf on the wall, lifted up a hollow ceramic owl and pulled out the bag of weed she took from me that night at the mental hospital. She gave it to me and I smoked it in front of her, and she watched for her own eyes how it relaxed my panic, and after that she loved me smoking. We just moved to a legal state and she buys me and herself goodies. She's the best. End of story. Next story. It's okay to be a fragile man. I come from a small village. So I grew up in an environment where people have a stigmatization that men need to be strong while women are fragile. And I never agreed with that. Come on. We're in the 21 feet street century. That's ridiculous. I'm one of the few people that doesn't think that way, and I'm proud of it. And this is a story of how men are fragile and should be ashamed of it. One night I was sleeping with my girlfriend at my house. I was having a terrible nightmare about people dying. I was so scared. When I finally managed to wake up, the room was dark. I was in panic, and then I noticed her right beside me. At this point, with the panic, I even forgot she was with me. I grabbed her and hugged her. She woke up confused because I don't usually wake her up. "What's wrong?" she asked. "Nothing. I just had a nightmare," I replied. She kissed me and hugged me again. I felt so safe. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be fragile. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. It's okay. And if you are like the people of my hometown and think that a man is a less man because he's fragile, then FCKU. End of story. Next story. Goodbye Daugther. Daddy. Why won't you answer Mummy's messages? Dad. My dear. Mommy did a mistake and Daddy isn't happy about it. Daugther. But you will fix it together. You always do. It's our mommy. We love her. Dad. Yes. Sweetie. We do. Daugther. I miss her and the others. Dad. I miss them too. Sweetie. I can take you home to them tomorrow and you can stay with them and Mommy. Daugther. Will you stay with us too? Dad. No. Sweetie. Daddy can't stay. Daddy must go somewhere else. Daugther. But why, Daddy? Why can't we be family again and love each other? Dad. One day you'll understand. Mommy doesn't love Daddy anymore. Daugther. But why doesn't she love Daddy? Mommy and Daddy will love each other forever. Dad. I wish, sweetie. I wish. But just don't forget one thing. Daddy loves you. Loves all of you and will love forever. You are the best thing that happened to Daddy and Daddy will never forget you. End of story. Next story. My letter to Ann Chung she will never see below is what I wanted to tell someone but due to reasons I would never get a chance to. It has been almost 2 years. But I would like to put this in a letter form on Reddit. Maybe if fate is on my side the person would read this and know it is about them. If not, at least what I wanted to say to her would be recorded somewhere. Firstly, I would like to apologize. I want to apologize for anything that I may have done to hurt you or make you uncomfortable. But at the same time I want you to know that you were the final straw that broke this camel's back. For that I may be able to forgive, but I do not think I can forget. Nor that it would matter to you anyway. You were and always will be an important part of my life, but in contrast I am nothing but a small part of yours. We met over 5 years ago. Nothing special in our meeting. I held the door for you. You walked through without an acknowledgement and a hint of anger in your eyes. Later it turns out you were to work with us. You were quiet and reserved. Remarkably similar features to my own, I might add. In fact, every personality test we have done, you and me always end up in the same spectrum except one. In our department you grew quite a reputation as being unapproachable and not a team player. My team leader noticed this and decided that it would be best if I spoke with you to bring you in the fold to make things easier for you. Against my very own nature I made a gesture of friendship to you. I asked, "Do you play video games?" You replied in a somewhat offended manner, "No." Whether you meant it as a joke or not I would never know. I just started laughing. The level of offense displayed in the tone was too over the top. To my surprise you laughed too. Thus, started us having some communication in the team, and my team leader mentioned this had an effect in the whole department, making you a lot easier to approach. In fact, they decided to put you in my team since me and you got along well. When you were down thinking you could not do the job, I sent you an email to make you feel better, telling you the job is hard now, but you will get the hang of it and you can achieve great things going forward. I appreciate the company award you nominated me for that. Some of my greatest times at work involved you in some capacity. When we went bowling and you came out of your shell and openly challenged me in front of everyone. Going on team dinners, and that time we went outdoor laser tag. Normally I do not go to work functions or any functions. Preferring to stay at home, but going with you was fun. In time we had a mutual friend at work, Rory, as well. Rory. Me and you got along great. I wish those times never came to an end. Rory used to always tease that me and you should be a couple. We paid no heed to him as at the time I was married, and you for whatever reason scoffed at that too. However, 3 years ago me and wife pretty much separated. I was in a bad place and was put on medications to improve my mood. It did not help. It made me suicidal, depressed and unable to properly control my emotions. In that time Rory also left. It was just down to you and me. However, not all was lost for you. Candice joined our team and you found another work friend who in time became a personal friend as well. She was brash, overly opinionated, and stretched the truth on numerous occasions. Overall, she was a good person and I was happy you found someone to be close to. I didn't even mind when she would get jealous when we started talking and join into our conversation. But start talking about something that involved you too and then kick me out by chastising me for listening in onto your conversation. Eventually she left and you were unhappy at work and I tried to cheer you up with what I could. However, we eventually stopped talking because I was tired of you ignoring me completely. I thought we were friends. I don't even think you noticed. Or you didn't care. Then you decided to leave as well. So one day we somehow ended up walking out the building together on the way to our respective locations. I decided to get this monkey off my chest and straight up ask you, why do you hate me all of a sudden? You replied you didn't hate me and not to ever think that. Realizing you may be going, I was confused by my feelings for you and maybe the effects from depression and medication. I sent you 3 emails. First was telling you I am sorry for not talking so long and how I missed hanging out with you. A second email was sent which, due to another of the side effects being memory loss, I forgot writing, where I somewhat in many words proclaimed my love and a lot of secrets of my life. I did send a third email right after, apparently telling you to please delete the emails and I can explain everything in person. When that time came, I offered to explain during walk after work, or in booked office room, or in the corner of the room in front of everyone, cause last thing I wanted was to put you in a position where you felt you couldn't back out of. First you lied that you had parked somewhere else when I knew that wasn't the case, but then you came forward that you didn't like to hang out with me and I made you uncomfortable, to put it kindly. You broke me. I left that day in tears. I have only cried a handful of times in my life, and you thinking so lowly of me hurt like nothing else before. I don't care how the world sees me. But to think you see me like that. We both had to attend separate HR meetings, but the fact that I wasn't punished, written up or anything, so I know I didn't do anything wrong, and I guess neither did you. I still held hope we could work it out. Until I found you told other people at work about the email. They all told me it was sweet, the email. If it was sweet, why was I ostracized by so many people we work together with? That is why I went back and read all the emails I sent you. It was sweet but cringe and maybe a bit over the top. But if you had given me a chance, I could have explained. The 5 years together meant nothing to you, I see. I was worried I had sent something sexist or racist. But you told him about the email. My secrets. I started thinking back to other things in the last 5 years. For example, when I had to paint camouflage on your face as requested for our team building exercise, you were disgusted at the prospect. There were other times where I never noticed before until now that I disgusted you. I will never know, but I am curious. Was it my character, my appearance, or was it because you were East Asian? And I am a brown islander. I have had experience where East Asians look down on me, so I would not blame you. I get that you were raised differently. And it takes time to change these outlooks. I have forgiven you and I hope that you can forgive me. But at the same time, I can never forget the hurt you gave me. You are my muse though, and I have created some great works of art using you as my inspiration. My love for you and the hurt you inflicted upon me has helped me improve dramatically in my art. For that I thank you. It has been 2 years. But the pain is still strong. I just wanted you to know that I am sorry. I hope you can forgive me for reading more into our relationship than there was. I don't think I can care the same about anyone else that I care about you, so have decided to live the rest of my life emotionally alone. I know you don't feel the same, but I wish you all the happiness in the world and I hope that you succeed at everything you try. You always have a habit of selling yourself short, but you are capable of so much and I will always believe in you, even though I have resigned my fate that I will never cross your mind ever. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.